to you, Shashi Panja, I want to come first. Because today the West Bengal Chief Minister is heard saying in a video, Modi Babu, you should remember that your attempt to burn Bengal using your party will backfire, as the fire will not be restricted to just my state. It will spread to Assam, Northeast, UP, Bihar, Odisha, even Delhi will be affected. We will bring you down. Now, isn't that incitement to violence? The BJP says, Hemanta Biswa Sarma says, how can you start talking about spreading the fires beyond Bengal? This is incitement to violence.
First of all, good evening, and I appreciate your disclosure, which you just mentioned. And we all know that you are very unbiased. Now, coming to the, you see, how did this situation build up? You know what has been happening. The protests of the civil society or the doctors over the horrific crime which took place, which is so very organic. Now, what is the political party BJP doing? Is orchestrated hooliganism, rowdyism, which we saw since yesterday. It should not have happened. Rape is not something where there should be political differences. Rape and the fight against it and murder, rape and murder, these issues are societal issues, and we should leave our political differences aside, and we should have a political consensus to fight against it. Now, unfortunately, yesterday, the rally which took place in the name of a banner which is not very well known, but it was more than obvious that BJP was planning it all and also participated in it. But what we saw at the end of the day was vandalism. Now, BJP...
No, explain Mamata ma'am, but explain Mamata Banerjee's statement. You're not addressing the question. Explain her statement when she says the fire will spread beyond Bengal.
What I'm trying to get at. Sure. So who is inciting, Rajdeep? Who is doing the incitement? You see, we have exercised tremendous restraint and we are very focused on the investigation to catch the culprits. But who has tried to digress this issue and make it a political agenda is BJP. And whoever is in cahoots with them, maybe the CPM too. Now, why she has to say this? Look at the bleeding policeman yesterday. The policeman did not fire. There was no dead, no bullets. Absolutely, you know, it was to be a peaceful demonstration, which was, these were announcements there. If you would have been in Kolkata, you would have heard requesting that let it be peaceful demonstrations. They were more than welcome. But there was definitely a nefarious agenda, and it ended up with such violence. Okay. So who is actually inciting this?
Okay, you made your point.
The incitement is coming from the political party,
okay.
And he has responded.
Ma'am, you made your point.
Saying that we are very cosmopolitan. Rajdeep, you must understand.
Let Sanju Verma respond, because Sanju Verma, today I started the show with a policeman, a constable, who has lost his left eye. And the truth of the matter is, the visuals that we saw yesterday, people were throwing bricks and they were hardly looking like students, ma'am. And the general belief is that the BJP was behind these student protesters, some unknown organization, and a policeman loses his eye. Who's going to pay the price for bricks? You'll tell the courts it will be a peaceful protest and then bricks are thrown at a police officer. I mean, surely there should be some, when you go in for a peaceful protest or a bandh, who's accountable when a policeman loses his eye, ma'am?
Thank you, Rajdeep. And first and foremost, I must applaud the fact that you have disclosed that your wife, Sagarika Ghosh, is a Rajya Sabha MP from the Trinamool Congress, and you have no conflict of interest, and you will ask equally tough questions of both the sides. Having said that, Rajdeep, let me make one thing very, very clear. What is happening in Kolkata today is not about the BJP. What is happening in Kolkata today is about three things. A, Mamata Banerjee as the Chief Minister has failed the citizens of West Bengal. 2, Mamata Banerjee as the Home Minister has failed the citizens of West Bengal. And 3, the very incompetent Mamata Banerjee, by virtue of also being the Health Minister of West Bengal, has failed the citizens of West Bengal. Point number 2, is there any room for hooliganism or vandalism in civil society? The unequivocal answer is no, irrespective of where that violence emerges from. But I want to draw your attention and the attention of your audience to a very important point. because I think this will set the tone of what is to come in the next few minutes of your debate. People from different parties have been telling me, I've been on a zillion debates on the show, अरे रेप तो उत्तर प्रदेश में भी होता है, रेप तो उत्तराखंड में भी होता है, रेप तो त्रिपुरा में भी होता है. Much as I hate to admit it, yes, rapes are being committed with brazen impunity. We as conscientious citizens need to wake up. But what makes the Kolkata RG hospital rape and death case very, very disturbing, extremely disturbing for me, not only as the national spokesperson of the BJP, but as an empowered, independent thinking woman, is that the only woman chief minister of India had the audacity, her state had the audacity to first pass off this gruesome, blood-curdling rape as just a suicide. The Supreme Court and the High Court have asked one question to the West Bengal dispensation. Why was an FIR filed so late?
Ma'am,
why was it not
you're not
filed?
again, much like Shashi Panja, I have to get you on the question. Yesterday's protests involved violence. You said you have no place for hooliganism. The truth is the hooligans were there, and the accusation is the BJP was completely involved with the hooliganism. Just a minute, ma'am. You must listen. Both the Congress and the left have also made the same accusation, that this protest has now been taken over by the BJP, and the BJP resorted to hooliganism because you want to bring down the Mamata Banerjee government. That somehow you want to create a law and order situation.
Rajdeep, I was coming to that. See, you know, the TMC got a free run. Now, I don't
No, they
expect
were
you to
asked.
give me
You
a
will
free
also
run.
be asked, ma'am. You cannot get away. Please answer.
I will answer. Now I don't want you to disrupt.
Sure.
Right? Because you hate the word heckle.
Sure.
You say BJP has engineered this hooliganism, and who says this? The TMC.
No,
TMC
the Congress
did
left. The Congress and the left also.
Can I finish? You
Yeah,
did not
please.
heckle the TMC. Can I finish?
Please, ma'am.
Or I will leave the debate.
Please, ma'am.
Like you say,
Please
Lord of
speak.
Vader.
Please
Today
speak.
I am challenging you.
Please
Do
speak.
not heckle. Thank you. Do not heckle. I will repeat. Rajdeep Sardesai's audience, please listen to this. Who is accusing the BJP of engineering hooliganism? It is TMC. Who is accusing the BJP of engineering the Gundagardi? It is the Congress. Who is accusing the BJP of engineering the violence in Bengal? It is the entire Rahul Gandhi-led cabal and ecosystem from the other side. We are all political parties. If today I say that Mamata Banerjee has engineered the hooliganism to actually divert attention from the Arjikar rape, will you believe me? You will say, Sanju Verma, that is a reckless allegation. Do you have proof? So let us now speak about what the court said. Kolkata High Court is not the BJP's Kharida Hua Gulam. Kolkata High Court Acting Chief Justice said this, Rajdeep, there is an absolute failure of the state machinery under the current dispensation of Mamata Banerjee. Supreme Court is not a Kharida Hua Gulam of Narendra Modi. Kya bola Supreme Court ne? Do you know that? Justice Chandrachud said that what has happened is blood-curdling, and in his 30 years, he and Justice Pardiwala have not come across an incident where there has been such a brazen mishandling
I will
of the
again
law
stop
and
you
order
now and move on
machinery.
because I will not allow on a sensitive issue the audience to be misled. Justice Pardiwala made that comment. It was subsequently clarified by Justice Chandrachud in the court. After the time, minute by minute, details were given of what happened. But
Do you believe Mamata Banerjee should resign?
I put both the politicians.
Do you believe
Ma'am,
Mamata
I have
Banerjee
two more
should
guests.
resign?
I will come back to you. Don't worry. I will
Do you
come
believe
back.
Mamata
I will
Banerjee
not
should
let
resign?
you.
Yes or no?
Ma'am, I am now. I will now come to my other
guest. Do you
guest.
believe Mamata Banerjee should resign, Rajdeep, please?
That's your
Answer as a
view?
conscientious journalist.
Okay,
Yes or no?
You believe that that's for you
Sure,
to decide.
I'm
You're
asking
saying she
you.
should resign.
No,
You're
because
saying
you
she
have
should
said
resign.
many
I will ask
times-
Kunal Sarkar
No,
that question.
you always
Kunal
ask the
Sarkar,
BJP.
just a minute, ma'am. Kunal Sarkar, you were among the first to raise your voice on this issue of the rape and murder. You're seeing what has happened. Please put a fader. You're seeing what has happened in the last few days. Do you believe, according to Sanju Verma, Mamata Banerjee should resign? She says she should resign, and she says BJP has nothing to do with this hooliganism. Your response?
Rajdeep, the response would be that that was not neither the prerogative or the perspective with which the people at large or the medical community in particular was expressing their concerns ever since the 9th of August. Now, the question, sadly, this evening is that has this agenda been completely hijacked or partially hijacked by the very well-rehearsed, boring, tedious, violent, destructive, disruptive, political skullduggery that we have seen ad nauseum? What was the core issue of the movement, of the civil society movement and the doctors' movement so far? Point number one was people were wanting an expeditious and a conclusive closure to the crime, to the case. Point number two was the medical community absolutely unanimously pointed out to the government, to the health secretary, that this crime was a culmination, was in some ways a bizarre result of some of the cartelization, the funny practices that were happening in West Bengal's healthcare administrative system. That has to be fixed. The confidence of the serving doctors, especially the junior doctors, has to be reclaimed, and then normalcy will resume.
No, but the question is, the opposition says, at least the BJP says, Mamata Banerjee should resign. They are saying it's about, their argument is the chief minister is the health minister, the chief minister is the home minister, and therefore she should resign. Is that what the doctors want? When you say you want restoration of normalcy, what will it take? The Supreme Court has also asked you to come back to work, but the junior doctors are not. So what do you want that will restore this sense of normalcy?
The doctors, Rajdeep, in their meetings with the health secretary in the various memorandum they have given, have pointed out very clearly that they still consider certain troublesome extraneous elements, of whom Sandeep Ghosh is just an example, to be present in the system. That needs to be flushed out. That needs to be made accountable. The medical colleges and the hospitals needed to be made safe for the youngsters to work in.
Do they want the chief minister to resign?
There was nothing about the chief minister's resignation as far as the doctors' movement and as far as the various memorandum submitted by 7 or 8 forum of doctors were concerned. It is an absolute tragedy. It is an absolute tragedy at this point that this movement, that this the angst, the concerns, the sincere concerns of the community is really a witness to this banal act of political violence. And the question remains that has the civil society lost out partially or completely?
Okay.
Because we are afraid that from this evening onwards, absolutely, unendingly, incessantly, the entire focus will be diverted to this political tu-tu-me-me, and we have already...
Okay, I take your point, doctor. I take your point. That's your concern.